Hey Stampers, it's Judy Klock at Stampin' with Crafty Klock coming to you today for another little live at lunch, and we're continuing our countdown to Christmas. And today I want to show you how to make a quick and easy luminary that you can put on your holiday tables. Let me see if I can turn off the light and you can see that little tea light glowing inside. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a little tea light inside that. So let's go ahead and get started. This literally went together in about 5 minutes. That's how quick and easy it is. Okay, so I'm going to turn the lights back on so we don't have so many shadows. So for our little luminary box, we will need a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 5.5. Hi Susan! Let me know if you can hear okay. I'm trying a new microphone today, so I'm not sure if it's picking up the sound better or not. So like I said, we're going to have a piece of cardstock that's 8.5 by 5.5. I chose Smoky Slate because I'm working with the designer series paper from Peaceful Cabin. So we're going to score it at 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, and 8 inches. Then we're going to rotate it 90 degrees, so our 5.5 inch side is across the top, and we're going to score it at 2 inches. All right, that's all we need for our scoring table. Now, before we go any further, I really do want to get some nice crisp scores on here. So we're going to fold along all of our score lines with our paper bone and just really get those edges nice and crisp. Okay. So did everybody have a nice Thanksgiving? We had a lovely time. It was so good to be with family this year. All right, we're going to cut this little tiny, like 2 inch by 1/2 inch strip away. Okay, now this will be the back of our luminary, and you can decorate it if you want. I chose not to, but I'm going to cut from the edge of my paper up to that 2 inch horizontal score line, and that's going to create the bottom of our luminary box. So far, everybody with me so far? It's pretty easy and a pretty quick little project. Now I'm going to add some designer series paper to these 3 sections, and I cut this paper to 1 3/4 by 3 1/4, and we're just going to lay that down on those 3 sections. And I am out of seal, so I'm just going to use some glue. I have to order some more Stampin' seal, but I have plenty of glue, so we're good. Okay, just go ahead and put these down. Okay, so that, you can use any colors you want. I just loved the snowflake paper. I just love this paper from the Peaceful Cabin suite. I think it's just very, very pretty. The soft colors, the grays, the smoky slates. Ignore, I put this on Do Not Disturb, but for some reason, Do Not Disturb still allows calls to come through, and I hope that it didn't change the orientation of my camera like it did last time. So let's hope that this is still going to be a good video, and I won't have to redo it, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this on there. And don't forget, give me a shout out if you're here. Let me know if you're watching live or watching in replay. You see we have Susan with us, and somebody else is watching. So, oh good, I'm glad. Thank you, Susan, for letting me know. Okay, so there we have it. Now, I took the trees from our Christmas tree dies set. This is from I think the Whimsy and Wonder or Whimsical set suite of products. I forget the exact name. And I just took these 2. I can't get them off. They're stuck. Hang on. I took these 2 tree dies and I put them down. Now, any dies that you have that are sort of small in nature will work. You don't want to have too much of this area cut away. So these I thought worked perfectly. So I'm going to run them through my stamp cut and emboss machine, and I'm going to, cut them here, here, and here. So I'm going to cut them on all 3 panels. Now, through the magic and wonder that is live television, ta-da, we already have one. Now this one I just forgot to cut, so we'll just cut this again. So, and I also forgot to score these lines. So we'll get all this done that we've just sort of done already. All right. Okay, so let me just quickly score these lines again so we get those nice crisp edges that I love. Okay, and there we go. Now to the back, I want to add some vellum, so I'm going to flip it over. Now on this one, I used our shimmer vellum in Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent. For this one, I'm going to use just our plain white vellum so that you can see the difference. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue around each of these trees. Not too much. I don't want it to squirt out onto the middle of my vellum that's going to be seen. But it really doesn't matter because the vellum's on the inside. So it's sort of okay. We don't have to be that careful with it. Okay, I'm just going to go all around my trees. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, I want to put a little bit more across the tops here so they stay. Okay. Hey, Natalie, how you doing? And then we're just going to go ahead and put our vellum right over those trees. All right. There we go. Now again, I'm just going to make sure I don't want it to be seen on the top. So I cut the vellum to about, my opening was 2 by 3.5. So I cut this to like 1 7/8 by like 3 3/8. So just a tad shorter than my opening. Now I'm going to put some glue on this little strip here. All right. Okay, and we're going to fold this over and secure it. And then we're just going to go ahead and start closing up the bottom of our box. You probably don't need glue on all of these flaps, but I just put it in there for a little extra stability and security. I mean, not that the Luminary weighs very much, that little tea light. And obviously you have to use the battery operated tea lights. I would not recommend using actual candle tea lights because this is paper. Okay, and then if we just pop in our little luminary, you've got a little luminary that you can just sit on your holiday table. You know, if you want, I made a little cover. You cut the cover to 3 3/8 of an inch. Back up. You cut this to 3 1/8 of an inch, and you scored it 1/2 inch all around, and you can make a little cover for your luminary. You don't really need it, but I just thought I'd put that in there. So that was a little project for today's Live at Lunch. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll try these and put these on your holiday table too. And that's it for me today. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Bye.